The words Black Clover and end, when together in any context, usually bring a wave of angry people at whoever put the words together, especially on the website where everyone is a genius, and that's Twitter. And there has been some discussion online about Black Clover ending, and some may say, well, it already ended last year. But no, we aren't just talking about the anime. We know that ended already, although many till this day still deny that it ended, even though the studio, several anime streaming services, the Black Clover Twitter account, the director for the show, and the voice actor who plays the main character Asta have all said that the show ended. But hey, if you don't like news, it must be fake news no matter who said it, am I right? However, most of us Black Clover fans still believe that we will still be getting some sort of Black Clover anime content after the Black Clover anime movie releases. But now the recent discussion has been on if the Black Clover manga is coming to an end. And why is that? Well, the creators said some things and it made some people online say some things, and now we're gonna say some things because that's what we're talking about today on the Kanjic channel.
Sensu beans, yeah, I need to regenerate. I'm about to go off like I'm the Avatar state, and I can say.
You know, the Black Clover series is one of those series that when any news comes out for it, you just gotta hear it. Now, many times the news will have you feeling some sort of way, but hey, everyone's different. But a good way for you to see YouTube start recommending you more Black Clover news is to tell it to you with the YouTube algorithm. How do you do that? Well, it's pretty simple. You just hit the like button. Most people think it's simply to support the channel, but that's actually the main purpose. The main purpose is to tell the YouTube algorithm what you want to see. It's more for you than it is for me, really. Although, of course, subscribing would get you all the content on this channel. So go ahead and do those things to not miss any updates on these anime. In Shonen Jump volumes, the authors tend to have interviews or statements made regularly, and the Black Clover creator and author said multiple troubling things in a recent interview like, "I really am crying for real. I was crying so hard that my wife rushing in after taking a bath was shocked. I'd like to blame it on the stress due to being overwhelmed by the deadlines for a weekly serialization. I used to cry a lot even when I was not working on a weekly series. I used to cry in the shower every night for a few months, not just crying, but weeping. I cried every time I failed at some milestone." And of course, fans reading are well concerned because that just doesn't sound mentally healthy. It really sounds like Yuki Tabata needs to experience Jesus in his life. And here's where we get the thought that if Tabata is this mentally unhealthy where he is constantly under stress and crying, he may cut out a part of his life where this stress comes from. And since he specifically mentioned the pressure of his work with his series, that's the only modern thing to point to, since he did mention other stressful things in that interview, but they are all past tense. Now, I want to read to you guys an article from comicbook.com, and you'll see why after the fact when I explain how it relates. The article says, Tabata started off by telling fans he said he began Black Clover with the goal of hitting 30 volumes. This goal came from the creator's love-hate relationship with art growing up. As a kid, Tabata recounted the times he would draw with his mom, and he has since experienced such a playdate as a father. "When I saw my 2-year-old daughter draw, I remember how I had been drawing since I could remember," he wrote. "When I was in kindergarten, I liked Dragon Ball, and my mother drew me a copy of Goku, and I started drawing different drawings of Dragon Ball like crazy, but I couldn't draw it right, so I cried." Continuing, Tabata said his mother's support is what pushed him to be the artist he is today, and his dad took part as well. However, the artist broke hearts when he informed fans his father died when Tabata was just 2. Now, the Black Clover artist wants to live for him and love his wife and daughter for him. This afterward has fans tearing up, something fierce, and you cannot blame them for welling up. The tender message exposes some of Tabata's deepest hurt, but he wants fans to know he has worked through the trauma to reach his dreams. So if that isn't considered inspirational, then what is? Okay, that's what the article said. That article was from a few months ago, but it shows that even under stress, he is dedicated to living his dream of writing and drawing manga. He even has said, and I quote, "If you're reading this and you're a crybaby, don't worry. I'm still crying as an adult, and no matter how miserably I cry, there's always a very strong person looking after me." Now, it sounds like he was about to say God, but he said his wife. Either way, he's telling us he has support and he's getting through things. So no, contrary to some opinions, I don't think the series is ending with the manga soon because of this. But if you want to hear about what the director of the anime has said about the anime returning, make sure to check out the video on that. My name's Konjik, and I'll talk to you in the next video.
And I can say that I'm great, yeah, I can say that I'm perfect. I ain't the one that was out here saving lives, I was purchased. Now we about to take you out if you try to act toxic. I'ma send you straight up to my main man, Konjik.